In a small village near the edge of a dark forest, there lived a young girl named Elira. She was not rich. She did not come from a noble family. But she had something very special, a gift for creating beautiful dresses. From the time she was a little child, she loved fabric more than toys. While other children played outside, she sat beside her grandmother, learning how to sew, cut, and design. Her hands were small but careful. Her imagination was big like the sky. People from nearby villages began to notice her talent. Brides came to her. Noble ladies secretly visited her tiny workshop. Every dress she made looked magical, soft like moonlight, shining like stars, and elegant like royalty. But Elira had one dream she never told anyone. She wanted to design a dress for a queen. One cold autumn morning, royal guards arrived in the village. The sound of horses running echoed through the streets. Everyone was afraid, but the guards stopped in front of Elira's small house. "The king has heard about your talent," one of them said. "You are invited to the castle." Her heart started beating fast. The castle? The king? She packed her sewing tools, her best fabrics, and followed them. The castle was bigger than she ever imagined. Tall towers touched the clouds. Golden banners waved in the wind. Inside, everything shined: marble floors, crystal chandeliers, long red carpets. And there she met him, the king. He was tall, serious, and powerful, but his eyes were tired. "My wife," he said quietly, "needs a new dress, a special one, not just beautiful, magical." Elira listened carefully. "The queen," he continued, "is afraid of losing her beauty. She believes her youth is fading. I wanted to create a dress that makes her feel young again, a dress that shines like her past glory." Elira nodded. "I will do my best, Your Majesty." For weeks, Elira worked in a quiet room inside the castle. She barely slept. She mixed silver threads with silk. She added small crystals that caught the light. She embroidered golden flowers that looked alive. But she did something more. She whispered hope into every stitch. She believed beauty was not only about youth. It was about confidence, grace, and light inside the heart. She wanted the queen to feel powerful again. When the dress was finally ready, it looked like a dream. Deep royal blue fabric flowed like water. Gold details shined like sunlight. Soft white fur rested on the shoulders like clouds. It was elegant, strong, and unforgettable. The day came for the queen to try it. The first spark of jealousy. The queen was older, yes, but she still had sharp eyes and royal posture. However, behind her eyes was fear. When Elira helped her wear the dress, something changed. The queen stood taller. Her face glowed. The room became silent. Even the king stared in surprise. "You look magnificent," he whispered. For the first time in years, the queen smiled. The magical dress worked. But something else was happening. While Elira adjusted the fabric, the king watched her. Not just her work, her kindness, her youth, her gentle smile. She was different from the cold nobility of the castle. She was warm, alive. After the presentation, the king approached her. "You have done more than make a dress," he said softly. "You brought light back to this castle." He hugged her, not with romance at first, but gratitude. But the queen saw. And in that moment, Something dark grew inside her heart. At first, the queen tried to ignore it. She told herself it was nothing. The king was only thankful. But she noticed the way he spoke to Alira, the way he smiled when she entered the room, the way his eyes softened. The queen looked in the mirror. The magical dress made her beautiful, yes. But beside Alira's natural youth, she felt old again. Jealousy is a silent poison. It whispers lies. It says, "You are being replaced." Soon, the queen's heart was full of anger. One evening, the queen invited Alira to the royal kitchen. "You have worked hard," the queen said with a fake smile. "You deserve a special drink." Alira trusted her. Why wouldn't she? She did not fear losing beauty, because she knew true beauty. She had helped the queen feel beautiful again. The queen prepared a goblet. Inside, she poured wine. And something else. Something dangerous. Alira lifted the drink to her lips. But before she could swallow more than a small sip, the king entered the room. He had come to thank Alira again before she returned to her village. He saw the queen's tense face. He saw Alira suddenly feel dizzy. He understood. "What have you done?" he shouted. The goblet fell to the floor. Guards rushed in. The queen tried to explain, but her anger was clear in her eyes. The king was heartbroken. "You let jealousy control you," he said. "You try to harm someone innocent." And that night, the queen was taken to the prison beneath the castle. A new beginning. The castle felt different after that. Alira recovered quickly because she had not drunk much. The king apologized again and again. "I failed to see her jealousy," he said. "You did not deserve this." Alira wanted to return home, but something kept her there. The king needed kindness in the castle. The people loved her. She brought warmth. Days turned into weeks. The king found himself visiting her more often. They spoke about dreams, about the future of the kingdom, about hope. This time, when he hugged her, it was not just gratitude. It was love. And Alira felt it too. The dress changes owner. One day, Alira stood before the prison cell. Inside, the former queen stared at her with anger. Alira was wearing the magical blue dress, the same one she had designed. But now it looked different. On Alira, it did not shine because of fear. It shined because of confidence. The imprisoned queen screamed, shouted, and cried. "You stole my life." Alira looked at her calmly. "No," she said softly. "You lost it when you chose jealousy." A royal wedding. Months later, the kingdom celebrated again. This time, not for a magical dress, but for a new queen. Alira married the king in a ceremony filled with light and music. The people were happy because she was kind. She cared about them. She listened. She did not fear losing beauty, because she knew true beauty comes from the heart. The former queen remained in prison, alone with her anger. Life is like a game. Some people win. Some people lose. But winning is not about stealing from others. It is about staying kind, working hard, and believing in yourself. Alira did not plan to become queen. She only followed her talent. She stayed good even when others were cruel. And life rewarded her. The former queen lost not because she was old. She lost because she let jealousy control her actions. In life, you will face games. Point 2. Sometimes you will feel small next to others. Sometimes you will fear losing your place. But remember this: jealousy destroys, because in the end, the real magic is not in a dress. It is in your heart. If you like this story, please follow and subscribe for more.